Well, well, well. Jurassic World Evolution 3 is officially confirmed. So, if you'd happen to have seen my last video, link in the description, I said that I wouldn't be surprised either way if there was actually a third game in the works. I believe I said 50-50, surprised, not surprised. To be completely honest, I was leaning more towards they weren't going to because it didn't really seem like they would. With all the DLCs they were coming out with, especially like the new DLC that just came that's pictured now, I didn't actually think they would make a third game. I just didn't think it was possible. So I'm a bit surprised, to say the least. I'm a bit surprised. But it was quite a welcome one. Now, now, there's a caveat with that. For them to make a third game though, it has to be worthwhile. And I'm sure every single player that likes this genre and likes Jurassic World Evolution as a franchise all has their own lists that are all probably completely different than one another. But I also would bet that a bunch of people have the same stuff. Anyway, I have my own list and I have 10 things that I'm going to explain that would like have to be in the game for it to actually be worthwhile. I guess not have to, but it wouldn't make sense if they didn't. I'll just put it that way. So, anyways, let's get into it. So I'm going to do the least important ones, in my opinion, first. So the first one is just more decor, more decoration, more natural looking stuff. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Shouldn't be that hard to implement. It's just models. But like some more like plants, trees, rocks, logs, all that stuff. Crap ton of it. So much that we won't even know what to do with it all. Stuff for aviaries, stuff for aquariums, stuff for enclosures, all of that. It shouldn't take Frontier too long, and I'm sure they have that planned anyway. But even like creative additions, like no snap points at all, would be a major help so that you could just put stuff together. Kind of like Planet Zoo has it, where there's no snap points and you can literally do whatever you want. But I don't think they're going to go that far, not with buildings at least. But with decoration, with natural looking stuff, it'd be pretty cool. Second is more attractions, and for me personally, I know attractions are a big deal for a lot of people in games like this since they're franchise like they're park builder simulators. So attractions kind of, go with it. But for me, it's just all for the dinosaurs. So like I'm not a huge attraction person, but like I know they're important. But I play it more for the dinosaurs. So just to get that out there. I mean, I understand why people want them, but I would just take new like fence variants or more enclosure type things, like more ways to keep dinos in, maybe like more like mountainous like walls or something like that, or just new types of fences, new cooler looking fences, stuff like that. But I don't want any enrichment items. And there's a reason for that. There's a big reason for that. I hear some people say that they do want enrichment, like so there's an enrichment need for the animals. But to me that doesn't make sense because it's not a zoo with normal animals. Like they're dinosaurs. They don't need enrichment. They're dinosaurs. Like I don't know. Personally, that's my opinion. I wouldn't want any enrichment. I guess they could add it. I mean, I shouldn't say they shouldn't add it. They can add it, but I just won't ever use it. But that's just my opinion on that. I'd try to make the habitat as natural as possible since of course it's for dinosaurs. It's not zoo animals. It's different. It's a little different. The next thing is also pretty simple, but just more dinosaurs in general, more creatures, more new additions to spice things up a bit. But and here's another. This is I have a lot of controversial takes. No Ice Age animals. I don't think they should mix like Cenozoic and what is it? Mesozoic? Yeah, sounds about right. I don't think they should mix them together. There shouldn't be dinosaurs next to mammoths and saber tooths. It just wouldn't make sense. It doesn't fit well. It's Jurassic World, not prehistoric world. Prehistoric kingdom already exists, and that's what they're doing. I think Jurassic World should just stick with what it deals with, dinosaurs. Again, I know that's controversial, very controversial, but I'm willing to put my opinion out there. Again, if they would add it, great. I'm happy for everyone that wanted it, but I probably would never ever use them. Ever. Because I wouldn't have a reason to. Again. just my opinion. So all of the dinos, all of the dinosaurs from the first, second, and all the DLCs for all of them, all the flying ones, all the swimming ones, hybrids, everything. I understand too. Real quick, I want to get this out of the way. So I know technically dinosaurs and like prehistoric reptiles, like flying animals and like swimming ones, swimming dinosaurs, air quotes, and flying dinosaurs aren't technically dinosaurs. But you know what I mean when I say dinosaur. If you told a random person, "Hey, what is this?" and you showed like a mosasaur or you showed a Dunkleosteus or you showed a Quetzal, it's like they'll be like, "Oh, it's a dinosaur." That's what I mean by that. So, yeah. But all of them from every single game. Every single game. All the DLCs from every single game. Everything. Plus a little bit more. Now, a big thing for me, this is a big one that I think would be super awesome, is crocodilians. They got to add crocodilians. Sarcos, Dinosuchus, Caprisuchus, like all of them. Just a bunch of crocodiles. Just not just tank creatures, not just aquarium creatures, semi-aquatic dinosaurs able to be released in either land or in the aquariums. And this brings me to my next point, which is semi-aquatic habitats, or just in general, dinosaurs being able to swim instead of just the same depth of water which they just tread through, which is very boring. And it's not realistic at all. I understand most dinosaurs don't swim, but some of them do. Some of them are capable, and some of them probably would rather have it that way anyway. Plus, we could get an addition of things like crocodilians or more semi-aquatic creatures, like things like a Spino, Baryonyx, Suchomimus, stuff like that. They would really enjoy it because they're for more swampy terrain. So, yeah. Overall, it would just make the game cooler to watch and it would just be more realistic. But that's, again, just my opinion. Now, those are some of the minor things that, like, I think Jurassic World Evolution 3 would be better with. Like, if they added them, I think it'd be a better game overall. If they weren't added, it'd be a pretty big shame, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. However, with that comes the important things that like absolutely would have to be in the game for actually for people to actually want to buy it. Otherwise, they might as well just stick to two. And the first one is no surprise, baby dinosaurs and nesting features or breeding mechanics, stuff like that. Dimorphism would also be pretty cool, a lot more realistic, would look awesome. More realism, more stuff like that. Now, next thing is maps. Maps. Bigger, more usable area, and more customizable. No more of those stupid borders that just are such stupid placements. It's like, we don't need a border there. Why is there a border there? It doesn't make sense. That's why I hated that in the first game. I think the second game had a little bit of it too, but I don't know for sure. But kind of like how Operation Genesis has it, but on a bigger scale, would be amazing. And no more weird barriers or borders and stuff that split the map into two, making buildings not even worth it because of the borders. It's like the borders are so dumb you don't even want to build anything because you know you're going to run into constraints anyway. So just bigger maps, more open, just so super flat, kind of like how Planet Zoo does it. I understand it might be a little more difficult to do that, but you know, we'll see what Frontier can come up with. Now, the last one, and this is probably the most important one that like they really like have to fix, and that is just better rigging and animation for the actual dinosaurs because the fighting animation is so old. It's not fun to watch anymore, and also it's just old. It's like we just need a new fighting animation instead of them just walking around and like biting at each other and stuff like that. The killing animations are cool, don't get me wrong. Now, I know Jurassic World Evolution 2 was better than the first game with the different riggings of all the dinosaurs. However, in the second game, I would notice a lot of glitches and just weird, unnatural ways that the dinos would move. Which, I mean, again, you're going to have that no matter what. It's like, it's some of that's literally impossible to fix. But I think sometimes if they could try to get it like almost perfect, that would just be amazing. Things like more social interaction, more like pack hunting stuff like that, more more interaction in general, just more animation, more life, make it more realistic. It always comes back to the realism. I think if all of these things were implemented into the game, the third installment would be actually necessary and would honestly just be awesome. And I think a lot of people would want it then. And I'm sure it will be awesome. And of course, 100%. This is why I didn't get the second game, because I guess I just knew there was going to be a third. So, of course, I'm getting the third game, and I will have a crap ton of coverage over it. But yeah, so we're getting a third Jurassic World Evolution. I'm still kind of surprised, but I'm pretty happy for it. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and yeah, just keep being awesome. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.